Yo guys, Jinsk here, and today I'm going through some comments on some videos I did. I really don't have the time to reply to every comment, so I just rather do this and reply like in real life, in like a live reply. But before I do that, I want to give a small tip to every single player that plays TBC Classic in terms of arenas. So the season will end next week. It will end 8th of September, which means that you still have two caps to go through. And during that 1 week between the season ending and the season 2 starting, all of the PvP gear will be available, I think, without restriction of rating and at half price. So what that means is that even if you're pushing or trying to push rating, you shouldn't be buying gear because it's just not efficient. It means that, for example, instead of buying one piece like the legs, you can buy during that 1 week you can buy like two pieces, and it's pretty big because one or two pieces, a difference between one piece of gear, it's huge. Or being able to get one more piece of gear, it's actually huge. Like I said on some videos, my druid gets three pieces, and all of a sudden we gain like 400 rating. Now, even for me, and I'm kinda trying to push gladiator still, that means that I won't get full gear by the time the season ends because I don't have full gear. And I'm still gonna do that because, to be honest, after months of not being really able to kind of play the game on the same level in terms of gear, I can take 2 weeks of losing mirrors, even though I'm out damaging by quite a bit, and outplaying by quite a bit all of these warlock druids, and my druid is doing the same, and we still lose because of gear. It's a bit annoying, but I think I will just save my arena points regardless, which means I won't get Gladiator, probably. But it's fine, it's only season 1. Season 2, hopefully it's better. And yeah, that's about it. Um, just to give an example, I think until Legion I had like a pretty good win-loss in mirrors as a Warlock healer against Warlock healer. I had a pretty good win-loss. Uh, I would say around 80%, maybe 90% in mirrors every time I play my Warlock. Um, and in TBC Classic, since we've reached like 2.2, 2.3k MMR, it's always a loss. It's impossible. The only game we actually only won one Lock Druid mirror, and I had to outdamage the guy by the other warlock by a third, 1/3 of the damage, and and it was really hard. Like the game felt easy, really easy, but in the end it was still very close. That's just to show how much gear matters. Um, but yeah, it is what it is. So let's read some comments. And I'm gonna check this and my two previous videos, and let's see. I love your content. You're the perfect content for me right now. Just waiting to catch your live stream. Thank you. Actually, I think you actually got my live stream because you followed me, right? Thanks. Thanks for the love, bro. 2 hour plus outside peak hours on Oceanic, I guess. It's better on BG weekends though for the BG of interest, but it feels really bad. Yeah, that's the problem. 2 hours outside of peak, it's just not doable. Like people have their lives, and sometimes your life it's not like a 9 to 5 job, and if it's not a 9 to 5 job, you really can't get into a BG, and that's the problem. BGQs are making me want to quit PvP in TBC. Yes, and I actually think a lot of the reasons why people are leaving TBC Classic, besides the boost and all of that and the lawsuit, it's actually PvP because it's what always kept people playing in TBC, Rat, Kata. It was the chance of getting that PvP gear. Even on my guild, which is mostly a PvE guild, people want to get a PvP gear, and even some parts of PvP gear, for example, for Shadow Priest, I think the neck it's bis. So yeah, love the videos, man. But you can, okay, but can you increase your microphone volume, bro? Like, I've been trying, but my volume it's at max. It's actually at max. It's just the mic that is completely dog shit. But I'm gonna try to do that. Like maybe buy a mic in 1 or 2 months or something. If it's still a problem, and yeah. But I'm not really a streamer. That's the thing. Like, I'm gonna try to get a better mic though. Okay, let's see the tips for warlocks. Hi, James. Discovered your recently and found your content helpful and informative. Thank you. Thank you. Unfortunately, your facecam is covering some of the longer add-ons. Can you provide the Stealth Finder macro in full or tell me where I can find your list of macros to copy? Okay. Yeah, I actually checked. I'm gonna do a fast and be sure to let me put my webcam here. Let's show you the stealth finder. It's a pretty simple one. Uh, where is it? It's this one. You can stop, you can copy this, and yeah. I have Devour Magic and Curse of Exhaustion. The Devour Magic one is in case I get sapped. The pet can still get him. Let's keep going. I would definitely be interested in game review content. Me and the mate are getting into Lock Druid. Nice. I actually already talked with Sebe, my druid, and he's up for it. Now we just need to find the time to do it, which is, yeah, sometimes it's hard because every time we are like both logged in, maybe we do that during the that 1 week where you can't really do arenas. But yeah, whenever we are both online, we just want to play. The game is so fun. Bro, can you post the get out? Yeah, okay, you have it. Me and the friend are new to Arena and are playing Lock Druid as well, but we haven't found much guided or streams from it, so anything related to this comp is very useful. I've even directed my druid to your channel since your explanation of how your games are played helps a lot. If you get your druid to talk a little bit more about his point of view, we'd appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Maybe, like I said, during that 1 week where there's no arena, I'm gonna ask him like, bro, just come review some games. Maybe we do like a 1 hour take of the games, even the games we've lost, because we actually do that in live stream. It's actually sometimes it's fun. Um, Sometimes we are playing like Lock Druids and we talk about the situations that went through, and then I go back to the VOD because sometimes you think that's your memory is fucked, and sometimes you think you've done something and that it was really a really good play, and then you go back to the VOD and you're like, holy shit, if I do this at the other time, maybe we win faster or we don't even lose or whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna ask him to do that. How to fix and save while retail. This should be fun. No comments. Thank God. Sometimes I am actually scared of going to YouTube comments. And let's check this one. Okay, 25 minutes. Aldor Sword Rogues Rise Up. Yeah, OP Terra. My rogue still has the sword, I think. But in season 2, man, he's gonna get a better one. My aim fire shield does not stack with druid thorns. Any advice? Doesn't it? That's weird. It should. Do you have any weird spec where like you put improved imp? Maybe it's because of that. because it increases the power of the fire shield from the imp, and thorns kind of makes it not work. Let's see more comments, but I don't know. Let's see. Make sure you have the highest rank of fire shield. Oh, this can also be the, yeah, there you go. What more do we have here? Okay, for sure on this one, 41 likes. I actually didn't check. Keep it up, man. This is great. Would love to hear about surviving the double DPS rogue teams. Okay, I have some clips of Rogue Mage. We actually started to beat Rogue Mage. I'm gonna do a review of Rogue Mage. I'm just way like I don't consider there's any good Rogue Mages until like 2-4 to 5. That's why some comps are like maybe you can survive at lower ratings, but the moment you start facing good ones, you it's like in season one it's very hard to leave Rogue Mage. Especially the decisions your druid is making to survive. Okay, so whenever I do that clip, I'm gonna try to like organize and have some rogue mages so he can give his perspective. Okay. But usually what you want to do, since that clip is still gonna take at least a week to come, or that video, usually what your druid wants to do, my druid is playing tree form because he doesn't have gear for insect swarm, so he pre-hots himself and stays in tree form. Now, if you're trying the real spec and your druid has gear, what he should do is the moment you get sapped, like if it's human rogue, he should always be in bear, regardless of you being sapped or not, and you stack on each other and you try to hellfire while you have the shields, the Voidwalker shield. When the shield is off, you don't really hellfire, else they can actually wait and just go on you. Or your druid has to come out of bear, hot you, and then they go on him in normal form. But if it's human, he should start in bear form, and he should just be able to survive the sap. After that, you should coil the rogue and just go ham on the dotting. If the mages uses CS on the druid, you try to get the CS and you start fearing, even if it's undead mage and undead rogue. If he doesn't use CS, just do damage. Don't, or if you're confident that you can fake the CS on you, sure, but it's really hard to fake mage CS in rogue mage because he can just hold it forever. So just do damage before you actually try to fear or anything. You need to force rogue cloak, you need to force the mage to kind of be chill. Amazing guide, really helpful, especially since there is nearly no good Warlock TBC arena content out there. I would recommend Chanimal stream. Usually he's actually boosting, but since he's boosting, he's giving like the strats and all of that, which it's kind of nice. Yeah, I think he's the only really Warlock that streams uh, that I can see as being a good player, at least. Thanks for the video, man. I'm a Resto Druid running the comp, and this is gonna help us a lot. Would love Priest Warrior or Rogue breakdowns too. Now we've started to actually beat Priest Rogue, but it feels, even though it's 2.2, 2.3 MMR, something along those lines, it feels like you shouldn't. At least with our current gear, it feels like you shouldn't. Maybe with full gear should be like a bit closer, but the priest can dispel your dots, can dispel the hots. They can have a lot of pressure. Usually, what you want to do is just, if they are undead, you need to get will and trinkets out of the way before you actually think about doing anything. And that's the hard part because the rogue locks down the warlock really well. So you need help from the druid. So your druid should clone the rogue at the start. The warlock gets the fear on the priest if the priest is in the middle. If he's not in the middle, the warlock needs to gain distance off the clone. He should root because the rogue is gonna step to the warlock for sure, and that forces the priest to come out. The moment the priest comes out, you can fear the rogue because he's still gonna be on the root. The druid clones the priest, but again, there's like 100 variables in between this. But if you do this, generally you get either will or trinkets out of the way. And after the clone on the priest, you get the fear, and you probably burn through every single trinket and will. Depends on how good they are. Um, on the warrior side, you just play defensive. And every time they go for a drink, you just rain of fire. Don't send your pet, because the warrior will kill your pet. If they go on the druid, you need to fear both of them. Get Zerg Rage out of the way. You just slow down the warrior with Curse of Exhaustion, and you pump the priest if he's in the middle, while your druid tries to CC the warrior. And then if the priest goes back, you pump the warrior and try to fear the priest. You always want priests to be defensive. You can't have a priest rogue or a priest warrior being aggressive, else you just lose the game. You need to force them to kind of go defensive sometimes. Thank you for this. Not much. This is These are really helpful. I'm a warlock in a lock druid 2 comp, and this stuff is very insightful. Thank you for the details, explanations. No problem. Next season, I'm gonna do more of a roguelike druid. We haven't really been like playing because again the gear is just too much to go through in trees, and I don't want to make like a guide and say, okay, if you have better gear than my rogue or me or my druid, you do this, but since you don't, you need to do this. It would be very weird to make it. Very nice, Shinsk. I'm a warlock in similar rating as well. I've been learning a lot from your videos. One observation I made in the Warrior Resto Shaman game, I learned this from Genghis. You can auto-devour the warrior. There's a very high chance you will dispel the heroism. Yes. The thing is, okay, um, I always try to get bloodlust or heroism out of the way, but good shamans also frost shock, and this is a thing I've learned. Um, and let me. It's either that or Earthshield, and then you get heroism in the next 8 seconds. Yeah, that's actually a really good advice. I usually do that. Try to get the Devour. The thing is, I don't remember which game was this. But yeah, usually I try to devour the heroism, but on the warrior it's actually a good idea because you only have the earth shield and the lust. That's actually a pretty good fucking insight. Thanks, bro. Because if you try to devour the rest of shaman, you have water shield, right? Which is dispellable. Yeah, that's actually good. I usually held back my devour for some reason against rest of shamans. I think it's because of frost shock, but I think that's actually a misplay for me. So I've learned something from the comments. There you go. Great video. Thank you for these informative videos. Thank you. Hey, is that weak auras tracking cooldowns and showing when you are CC'd? Okay, so the tracking cooldowns, yes, it's a weak aura. And you can find this. It's a simple weak aura. You can find this on Google. And the thing showing on my screen, it's this add-on. Where is it? Uh, do, do, do. Loss of control alerter. It's this one. It shows like it's BFA or the new loss of control they added in Legion or whatever. Nice explanation. There you go. Okay, I think that's enough. Yeah, that is about it. And yeah, guys, like you can see, it has been a shit show this week. It just feels at some point that gear is way too much of a hassle to go through. Like, look at this character. Are you scared whenever you enter the arena? Like, But next season will be better. Hopefully, I should be getting full gear in. Yeah, because I'm gonna get like 2k arena points. That means I can get three pieces. I think I'm pretty sure I can. It's gonna be like 1.5k, 1.9k, which means I'm ready for season 2 finally. And in season 2, I'm gonna try to stream more um, and do more videos trying to explain. I'm gonna go through one comp in one game or something, or if I face good players. We've been facing decent players. We faced Morino, which is Gucci, the private server druids. Is, in my opinion, one of the best druids I've faced. Probably the best druid I've faced in TBC Classic. And I'm gonna try to analyze those games, those type of games, and yeah, hopefully the tip actually helped you for season 2, because I know it's very hard to like save points and think like, okay, let's think about the new season now, when the season is still going and you want to push. Like, I want to push, but just look at my win loss. This is fucking horrific. And it's funny because on beta we were facing like the top players, me and my druid, and we had a really good win loss. But yeah, gear is just too much of a hurdle right now. But next season it won't, and I'm hoping to give you like the best games ever. And analyze the best games ever. I want to face Genghis, which we faced in trees, by the way. I want to face Genghis. I want to face, like, in terms of mirrors, Tazar, because we did face them in beta. And I want to show you really good games. I want to face Smear. We actually faced him in trees. Um, and give you like the insight of while playing. But yeah, guys, during the next week or the week after, I'm gonna ask Sebe to just join in. We do like a Discord call, and we analyze the games, we stop, whatever, and hopefully you like. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Peace.